You wake up in the Sun Saloon, where I am 90% sure that you went to sleep after Carolina left Susanna, the Vivianite lady who works across the street at Carla's Cantina, and you all went to bed with the Forge-born kids sleeping downstairs. Does that sound right?
That sounds right. Yep.
Yeah, you all would wake up just before dawn, even though you went to bed at like 3 a.m., which is kind of rough, I guess. You hear the sound of clang, 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 and it sounds like it's coming from outside.
Is that Yagami?
I'll go outside and check.
Yeah.
Is it Yagami or Nokia making all that noise?
Hell Jr. would never.
Yeah, Bastion, you come into existence with a bit of a clunk yourself, and there is some banging. Not the banging that usually goes on in a hotel, but like...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out and see what's going on.
Guess that's our alarm.
Yeah, as you go outside, you realize it is Nokia and Yagami and Pale Jr., as Pale Jr. appears to be stuck in a cattle guard, which I don't know if you non-rural folks know, it's a line of pipes across the road that keeps quadrupeds from crossing it. And someone has given Nokia a giant hammer, and Yagami is motioning like someone might to help a car back up, and several of the townsfolk are kind of standing around watching the one of them who has predictably gotten into trouble.
How did this happen?
They were left unsupervised.
And you hear other people like open windows to look at what the fuck that noise is at 5 o'clock in the morning.
He's stuck?
Yeah.
Can
And they're bending one of the pipes to get them free.
I go over there and help?
Yeah.
Just materialize my own hammer?
They go, oh, hey, Bastion!
Hello. What
And,
happened?
The other townspeople are like, oh shit, hey, another one. And eventually you could, Yagami will explain. They'll go, well, Pale Jr. wandered off and then wanted to go exploring and then fell in the thing. And, yeah, we've been standing out here for like 2 hours because we didn't want to wake anyone up, but like, this nice lady, and they point to a like buff-ass, like half-orc woman who looks like they're a mason of some sort, like kind of already covered in like dust. And he's like, she just told us to go ahead, and is the baker's kind of mad because we're, I'll fix it, but
I'm just gonna cast create food and water and just make a ton of butter to try and squeeze them through.
Nah, make some. Yeah, sure. You make 40 goddamn pounds of butter, and you'll be able to get Pale Jr. out. And they're like, thank you, and kind of like rub that one foot with their other foots to like make sure it's not like bent or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Yagami immediately goes to fix the thing. It's the cattle guards are mostly meant to keep quadrupeds, namely horses and cows, out of places they shouldn't be in, but unfortunately today it was also for young robots. And then Yagami and Nokia start to bend the pole back how it was, and someone yells out a window, "You kids quit making all that noise, I'm trying to sleep!" And Yagami would yell at them, "I'm sorry!"
You should try harder.
How can you tell they're kids? They're giant. Quiet.
It's Nokia would tell you, we made friends of people in the bar last night, and some of them are still scared of us, but like Seamuson helped smooth things over. He's good at talking to people and explained what we were and stuff, kind of. And so,
Well, good on you for making friends.
Yeah. And Nokia hands their hammer back to the big, like, orc lady and nods their thanks. And everyone else kind of wanders off. And Nokia would turn to Pale Jr. as they're fine now, and they say, if you wander off without telling anyone again, I'm gonna make Yagami weld you to my back. And Pale Jr.'s like, I won't. And yeah, you feel It's pale. It feels almost the way how Jade would say something like that.
Terrifying.
Mm.
Well,
Okay, so in the future, do we have a spell that could just help with that, with less noise?
Yagami looks up from like measuring the pipe to make sure it's like the correct width now. What do you mean? Like a shrink or something?
Or a teleport?
That'd be a lot of mass to teleport.
yeah. I mean, I have the necklace of Windwalk, so if we could wait 10 minutes, then yeah, he would just turn into mist.
Yeah, that would be quieter.
Yeah, if you guys ever get stuck again, just wake me up and take the necklace.
Before we go?
Yeah.
No yo-yo.
Mm-hmm.
God brought them into this world. God brought them into this world. This is not for you to take them out. This is not for you to take them out.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm too scared of all of you to try. You know that.
So, what do we do now that the robot children are free? And then Folium and Jade and Seamuson would kind of tumble out of bed, like rubbing their eyes, like, what happened?
We had like we were like going somewhere or something, right?
Yes. I believe last time while you were gone, the other two... Well, last time, they found some Vivianites and learned a way to possibly find out where Serial, Vivian's previous champion, is, in case you need that information, and a way to contact other Vivianites to gather them, to make them not kill Henry. And you also talked to some folks at they're building a new Umberly temple in town. And what else did you guys do? It was... You made friends and influenced people, for good or for worse. You freaked some local peasants out with dark tidings of the future.
Sounds pretty usual.
You learned that Stephen Puyo is from this town, and people don't like that. Kind of just pretend that never happened.
Yeah, we weren't a fan of Stephen. Well, no, most of us weren't. That's the guy we were escorting when we found me, right?
No, that was King Henry is the king that you met. Stephen Puyo is the champion of Mercool.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guy that we were escorting who someone tried to kill? Oh, that's
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Donald, yeah.
Donald Denham is a local oligarch.
Okay.
And Donald Denham wanted to rescue Princess Stonehammer, and then found other reasons to make people help him do that, vis-a-vis freedom and whatever. Yeah.
I would like to send a letter.
A letter? Through the normal mail, or are you trying to look for the man?
The man.
Okay, make a perception check.
Perception. Carolina's perception is a +9. Okay. First roll of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, big money, no whammies. 19.
Nice. So 19 plus 9. Oh no, yeah, that's a 10 plus 9. Never mind. And then now roll a D100.
89.
Yeah, you look around, and maybe right when you're about to give up, you see a red-haired man, spry, hopping through town, and he probably even delivers some letters at each of the taverns, and walks up to you guys. Oh, hey guys.
Hey, if it isn't our favorite God, not God. Yeah,
I'm just a courier, man.
God courier. I would like to send a letter to Jesus Walton.
Sure.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
We really need some of those muffins.
Okay.
Yeah, I need like 6 of them.
Do you want to send money ahead with your...
Sure.
Okay. And he's in the Feywild. Does it matter what time zone? Because again, that's really hard for me to do, even if I can do it occasionally.
I mean, preferably, now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be nice after he met us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be weird for him to. I don't think he's ever mailed any baked goods before.
Hey, if anyone can deliver, it's you.
I will try to get them to you fresh, but I'm not sure how long the roads are kind of windy through there, but I will get them to you in one piece, and try to get him to package them airtight or whatever.
Make it 7 and have one for yourself.
Oh, thank you. I always love when people leave notes or whatever in their mailboxes. It's nice. So a Feywild trip is going to be really expensive, though. It's a gold.
I'm going to cast DM's work experience and quietly tell him to follow the courier as long as he can and report back.
Roll a d20 for how disturbing DM's work experience is.
Alright, 12.
They aren't good, but they aren't horrible. The smell is the most thing that's pretty bad. They're wearing a shirt, but if they weren't, their stomach would be turning green, under their ribs or whatever. Their eyeballs are kind of dried out, but they're unsettlingly wet. But they're not super tattered today. And the one townsfolk who was noticing you talk to the couriers, oh god, another one of them appeared. Fucking it. God, adventurers are so fucking annoying with all their goddamn magic everywhere. And even if you're not Thunderscrummian, you do get tired of random people just throwing magic in the streets. So I think the courier would also jump a little bit at the DM's work experience. Go, oh shit, hello. And DM's work experience nods.
Don't worry about him. He's just a friend of mine. Don't worry about him.
I'll give him 2 gold because I don't think they were that expensive for the muffins.
They were copper a piece.
Yeah, I'll give him 3 gold.
Okay.
So a gold for him for making the journey, gold for making the journey back, and then the gold for the muffins in tip.
Okay. Any of the rest of y'all got any mail?
Nope, I have no friends.
I'm gonna just toss him a gold and say, listen, whatever you can do to my dad and my mom, because now they're back together and everything, I need you to find the most disgustingly, sickeningly sweet, over-the-top, sappy, again, just disgusting, I missed you, sort of barrage of flowers and candies and whatever. Here's a second gold. Just over the top and just put from Renfaleer on it.
Yeah, I can definitely. I have helped people write many a love note.
It was more of a he got captured by a dragon for 20 years note and then just got back home, but honestly not that different.
Yikes. That's rough.
We've all been there.
I mean, I haven't, but
Because you're a higher being.
No, I just don't get into trouble. I just walk where the mail is. Don't kill the messenger, right?
Is it possible for you to send a message to Gond?
I've had a lot of things sent to Gond, and while he does I'll be hey, I've got something for you, and he's yeah, just set it on the porch, and he takes him inside eventually, I think. But
insight check.
Go ahead.
So I believe he is gone. 21.
You believe that the courier is telling the truth. He seems very genuine. He has no reason to lie to you. He's told you crazier things before. He's I never really get any, replies to anybody, but I peeked inside his house, once, and he has just a shitload of art on his fridge, I think from people who are following him. Or icebox, there's no fridges yet, but maybe Gon invented one, I don't know.
I feel like Gon would have modern amenities.
Yeah. It's got a fucking air conditioner.
Yeah, AC, air conditioner.
It's just a window unit, though.
It's got a fucking mini fridge.
Central air.
Yeah. It's like he's usually just like on his porch looking at the world, you know? And I don't know, he seems like a nice enough guy, though.
I see.
Just doesn't talk much.
Yes, I'm familiar with that, unfortunately. Very well. I may have use of you later.
Huh, okay. And he shrugs and walks off to wherever he's going. Let me roll something for... Alright. Yeah, and as he starts to walk away, DM's work experience starts to follow. And while the courier doesn't say anything, he does glance over his shoulder once or twice to watch them still follow him.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. The town starts to hustle and bustle as the sun rises. People who have finished breakfast in the two taverns or in their house or whatever start heading off to work either at the docks or the stockyards or whatever. And if all of you could make a perception check for me.
Sure, or I'm sure it's totally something, Phil.
Yeah, it's fine.
13. I'm watching the courier.
Nice.
11, I'm going. Guidance myself. 8. I'm out here winning.
Mm-hmm.
24 for me.
Okay. Bastion, as you are back new in town, you look around and maybe you're just protective over your robot wards, but you realize that a few people, particularly sailor types, are looking at you guys funny. And maybe it's just because you're 4 robots, 2 jacked and armored human women, a fire Genzai, a water Genzai, and an elderly gnome all in the same place, traveling together in a small bar. Or maybe it's the things you freaks did last night, or the day before, or last summer. You're not sure. Everyone seems mostly chill. What?
Fuck, they know what we did last summer.
Exactly. Everyone seems mostly chill around the kids, even though a few are still weirded out, and then people are even rubbing elbows with Seamusin, but you all, they're sketched out, and maybe that's just because they're used to the other 4 who were hanging around in the bar, and they just haven't looked at you guys enough yet, so they're just looking at how weird y'all are, but you're not sure. Just some weird side eyes from the townsfolk.
I'll wave at them.
Make a persuasion check, I guess.
Oh yeah. I'm banger at those. 16, I'm gonna guidance myself. It's a 20. That's the highest charisma check I think I've ever gotten.
Yeah, you waved at some like old lady who was like looking you guys up and down, and as she had an eyebrow cocked and like almost an evil eye, and like just looking at you all sus and everything. I said sus without irony, God. But looking at you all sus, but after you wave, she goes, okay, and they kind of just grumble to themselves and walk off in a lighter mood of, okay, this person's probably fine.
Upon like seeing that she's kind of like with us, I'll give her a thumbs up.
Nice.
And
yeah,
then,
that'll be
like look to the rest of the party for like approval. Just like,
look, I didn't offend them or scare them.
We're making friends. We're really bad at that.
We're gonna have the most friends ever.
We are going to be so popular.
Yes.
So, what do you guys do?
Since I didn't see any of that, I'm thinking about this riddle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that Bastion was there for that. If you wanted to tell him what happened.
Hey, So we were looking and trying to figure out these riddles or this puzzle that we found with the Vivianites in this book. We had to figure out what book it was, and it was the Player's Handbook. Thinking outside the box, and the riddle was follow the money. Page, line, including titles, but not paragraph spaces, word. And looking on the Player's Handbook, I know that it's on page 143.
That's where they talk about money?
It's wealth, page 143.
Ah, nice.
But the rest of the riddle, I'm confused on. So I got wealth, follow the money. It's on page 143. And then I don't know from the line and everything else.
And it's like a cipher or something, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, say the whole thing again?
It's follow the money.
Okay.
Page, line, including titles, but not paragraph spaces. Word.
Follow the money, page lines, but not titles?
No, page line, including titles, but not paragraph spaces. Word.
So is it like there's supposed to be a word at the end? Bastion's smarter than me.
Yeah.
Can Bastion make an intelligence check to let me know what's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bastion have okay.
Make a history check.
Oh, thank God.
It's to know what a cipher is.
16.
Yeah, you've this is in your memory bank somewhere.
Yeah.
You know that a cipher is typically a set of numbers that corresponds to a book that both people who are trying to communicate have in the same version. So the first number in the cipher will correspond to the page number. The second number in the cipher will correspond to the line down the page that it is, and that's where the titles but not blank spaces corresponds to. Then the third number in the cipher will be what word on that line that it is. And some even have a fourth number that'd be what letter, but that's So as long as two people have the same copy of the same book, they're able to write in a code that no one else knows. I thought I was clever, and then I told them it'd be a book that everyone has, and then I made them guess what books it would be, and then I'm like, think outside of the box of what book you guys all have, and then just the Player's Handbook. So you are looking for a series of 3 numbers to give you a code to understand what hint this powerful Vivianite left the other Vivianites in this town to try and... It's almost like it's a test, because Vivianites are kind of almost a pseudo-spy organization. It's a test to see if you are smart enough to know where their headquarters is and to know how to contact more Vivianites and that kind of thing. So follow the money is your first clue to try and figure out the first set of numbers in the cipher.
143.
So it's 143, so it'd be first paragraph, fourth line, third word.
It'd be, for example, let's say it was 182, that'd be the page number, and then 23, that's the line number, and then 8 would be the word in that line.
Wait, say that again?
So for example, you had a page 182, that'd be, or you'd get a series of numbers, 182, 23, and then 8. So 182 would be page.
So our page number is that's just the page number, 143. That's the whole number, first number.
The whole number. They'll be separated by dashes, yeah. And then Ian, I put a link to a PDF of the Player's Handbook in the chat. I think you might have to scroll up for a while. I mean, just to make sure we all have the same version.
Let me put it back in the chat. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. So the first one was follow the money. Do we know the next line yet? Do we have to go back and find the next?
You don't know any of the lines yet. You have to find the first 3 numbers.
So wait, why do we think it's 143?
No, you don't. It's just a random number. Well, 143 is the page in the player's handbook that talks about coinage and wealth. But I will give you a hint. The numbers are inside the box.
Oh.
Even if the book to the cipher is outside of the box, the numbers to the cipher are inside the box.
So it's an in-game answer to an out-of-game cipher.
Mm-hmm.
So follow the money. Is follow the money the first thing, or is that the full thing?
That is just a clue to tell you where to start. Because Vivian and Serial were obsessed with... Or not obsessed, they just had a penchant for stealing things. Kind of like a raven might, being that they're a phoenix. That's like a bird, right? Mm-hmm. They would historically go after men who had false teeth or watches because that meant wealth. They had a signature move called Vivianing someone, where you go to sleep with them, and then after you're done, you steal all their shit before you leave. Ariel in particular had a penchant for collecting bones and then affixing like rhinestones to them. It's just their hobby they had.
And then you said, was it birds, clocks, and teeth?
Yeah. And if you ever see an Ouroboros or infinity symbol, guaranteed that person likes Vivian. Or just weird symbols,
Both.
But they're a fan of rebirth sort of imagery.
Yeah, my necklace that I wear is basically an infinity symbol of the phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Your tattoo as well.
Bastion made stronger, more magical. Little skull boy.
Okay. In this book, can I look this? Do we physically have the book in front of us?
Yeah, let's say it's just a novel about a female detective.
Okay, so can I look to see if there's any thieves' cant on this page?
Yeah, go ahead. Make me a history check or a perception check, investigation, depending on what you're doing with this book. You all could, yeah.
I was going to say, could I just get advantage on this check? Like, Pale or Carolina could help me.
Yeah, you could skim through the book with your word processor and read the entire thing really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then you remember the other Vivianites had stolen a bunch of bank records and were looking through them for anything suspicious.
Yeah.
But they hadn't had any luck so far.
That's going to be a 28.
Nice.
Thieves' cant, 16.
Okay. Pale, were you observing the book?
That is a great question.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, before I do anything, I just want to turn to the other two and say, just remember, if you guys need, if we can't figure this out, I do have Oracle Juice. I just want to start there.
I might just take some of that anyway.
Well, not right now, but later if we need.
So I kind of did quit Star Sugar cold turkey.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
You only had like 2 addiction points.
Only. Isn't it 6 you die? Kind of
That's 10.
10.
Well, it's 10 and you start taking damage, or you start to become incapacitated by not having it.
Anyway, 12.
Nice. Bastion with a 28, as you are flipping through this book and learning all about this cool detective person that would have made a great Vivianite if they were real. You are distracted by a penny, or a copper piece, that is on the floor, and it looks like there are a few scratches around it, as though someone has had trouble picking it up. But then you go back to the rest of the book, which is about her trying to stop some white collar criminal from embezzling something from the city or whatever. It's almost Hallmark style. She's trying to save the somebody's local farm, and this guy's manipulating the market or something to sell it out from under them. So notice that the bartender is counting out cash for this morning's till, seeing what profit they made on breakfast, as a few people are wandering in for coffee or hair of the dog shots.
Hair of the dog shots?
Yeah.
What are those?
A hair of the dog shot is when you're really hungover, so in the morning when you wake up, you take a shot of whatever you drank last night to not feel so hungover.
Oh.
The alcoholics cure to hangovers is just getting more drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thought it was a special drink.
No.
I already do that tactic. Okay. So did I find anything with my perception?
With a 16, not really, other than noticing the bartender doing till stuff. You might see that Nokia is like showing the other two the coins they got last night, and they're comparing of who made more money killing rats or fixing guns or doing bouncing work. And then Seamuson also pops into the little conversation showing the tip money he got from playing music in the tavern last night. They're having a friendly competition of...
Sebastian, did you find anything?
I found a scratched copper piece as if someone was trying to pick it up.
It is still on the floor.
Or on the ground?
Can I pick up the copper piece?
You cannot. It does not move as you touch it.
I hate Hayball or feral followers.
You know what? We can make a game out of this. Somebody can pick this up.
Can I
tap at it with my sword?
Yeah, you pull out the big-ass black obsidian blade and fucking poke a copper piece on the floor.
I'm gonna poke and see, try to see, is it glued there? Or is it something more than glue?
You guys could see a little bit of glue poking out from under the edge as someone has played a prank and glued this piece of copper to the floor, and the scratches are from other folks picking it up and then realizing it's glued to the floor.
I use my echo to pick it up.
Your echo does the... They touch it and it won't come up.
For absolutely zero reason whatsoever, I'm just gonna say, again, for zero reason, I hope the Verdant Prince back in the Feywild is having a great day right now. Bedpan.
He probably is.
One of his people that did this.
Maybe an ally. Yeah.
Is there a fire in the fireplace?
A what?
Is there a fire going in the fireplace?
Probably not in the main one, but they're probably like cooking stuff in the back still.
Okay. Phil, is your fire technically magical?
My head and eyebrows are, and that I don't know how to tell you this, but when I shoot it out of my hands, yes.
So it's real fire, not magical fire.
It's both. It's like if I walked into an area that turns off all magic, like when I was in that prison, yeah, my eyebrows and eyelashes and everything were off. It was kind of uncomfortable, but it's still...
I try to change the color of pale using control flames.
It would work on my hair.
Change it green.
Thaumaturgy and turn it back to normal color.
Now that I know I can I can fuck with your fire, I'm gonna create 2 fire phoenixes floating around your head.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I can make an image appear in the fire and animate it.
Okay, yeah. You have 2 little Tweety birds above your head, as though you've bumped your noggin into a wall and you're in a cartoon.
That's fun.
And Jade goes, "You have to teach me how to do that. Have to. I will pay you."
I will take my mind off of this puzzle for a minute and try to teach her a cantrip. I just learned Michael.
Yeah, sure. Do you know what school of magic it is?
Transmutation.
Okay. Let me roll for her. She doesn't get it yet, but she wants to keep practicing later. Again, specifically to fuck with Pale. As the birds fade back into just your normal haircut.
Lasts for an hour.
Again, I'm just pretending I don't see it, and I'm still just poring over this book like, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Follow the money. 143 is the first number. We need 2 more. Duh.
You don't know if 143 is the first number.
Nope. I do not. But we know follow the money is the only hint we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I go to 143 of that book?
Yeah, sure. It is a scene where she is confronting another detective who she believes is involved with the white collar criminal they're chasing. Like, it's, are you double crossing me, sort of a thing. And the guy's like, no, of course. Like, I know I tease you or whatever, but we're like, you know, we're still road dogs, and that kind of thing.
Okay. Do I find any numbers on that page?
The guy says we've solved like 10 cases together. Why would I betray you now? Like, sort of thing.
Okay, so 10?
You can choose to believe that.
Yes, I choose to believe that.
Okay.
So 143, 10.
The word follow.
Double cross?
The word follow shows up 234 times.
Sure does. Yeah, Control F, lifesaver.
And the word the shows up 13,229 times. And money shows up 21.
1 shows up 1,871 times.
Bunch of times. How many times does the word times show up?
695.
55 times.
Nice.
This is the problem with playing smart characters, that I'm stupid.
This is why I play stupid characters that punch things.
I mean, I also punch. I just walk through walls and they break.
I'm stupid and I play a stupid character, so I have a stupid
Caroline
character.
is not
that's
stupid. You have like a 10 intelligence, don't you?
She's stupid.
Okay.
I have 15 intelligence. I'm just
Like,
dumb.
no, she has a 9 intelligence.
Okay, so you're bad at math. You're not dumb.
She's not smart.
Yeah, you were never a book person, but you're not like, you know, handicapped.
Yeah, but I mean, in a profession where she's trying to be a spy,
True.
intelligent.
True. You don't
Yeah,
have to
she's
be a
a-
spy. You could just be a fixer.
Yeah, she's a fixer. She uses her axe.
Mm-hmm.
In the game, do people keep money somewhere other than like a bank or something?
I mean, like under a mattress, maybe. You know, in their sock drawer.
So,
Pockets,
Yeah, coin purses.
bags of holding.
Mm-hmm.
that's where we keep our money.
So I'm just going to turn the other two and say, all right, we're thinking too big. Follow the money can mean follow a flow of money, follow where money goes.
Can I? Okay, hang on. Is
Follow
it?
the money. Henry.
Hang on. Is it 110-1?
What?
Is the answer? Are we looking for numbers?
You are looking for sets of 3 numbers. I will show you how they appear. You will find them in the wild like this. Put it in the Roll20 chat. And this series of 3 numbers represents 1 word.
It's going to be in the book, but the hint is follow the money, and that would be...
It's the...
Oh my god.
What?
Bailey!
What? What did I do?
Swear to god if this is right.
What?
Is it 635?
Yeah.
What's 635?
The cipher.
now. Right? You could look on what do you think 635 means? You're looking for a bunch of groups of 3 numbers. It's the way ciphers work is you'd usually find a page with probably 20 series of groups of 3 numbers.
A series of 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, 12, 1, 100, 09, 71, 71, 00, 10, 1. Follow the money is 635.
You're not sure what that means, because I'm not sure what it means.
Oh, because I was thinking the letter numbers follow the money.
No.
I was about to absolutely kick myself if that was it.
It's be inside the box. You are looking for a set of 3 numbers separated by dashes. These could be in a book.
Oh,
there could be a person who knows these.
Where's it made?
Who?
Cipher.
Okay, so the bank statement.
No. Wait, where's the cipher made? In this town, what money do they use?
In this town, they use the standard currency minted in Golgari. The cipher was made by a traveling Vivianite who spoke with other lesser Vivianites who are here.
Do I have Golgari gold?
You do. You have Golgari gold, you have Thunderscrim gold.
I'm going to pop it out, put it on the table, and see if there's a minting date. Or any sort of date on the money.
There is a year. I would say it's 1389 right now. So it was minted like 5 years ago, 1384.
So back to the banking statements that the other Vivianites have. Do we have a copy of those, or we got to go back into the room?
You could go back to Julie's house and look at these. And you know where it is now, and...
Yeah, I would like to go back and look at these bank statements since they got numbers on them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you could go back to Julie's house. Julie is outside. Her and her husband Carl do fowl, geese and ducks and whatever. And she's outside feeding some chickens. And she goes, "Oh hey!" And then, who do you guys bring? Is it just you 3, or do you bring all the NPCs? Or
we're not leaving them unsupervised right now.
Folium and Seamuson are relatively good babysitters for the 4 of them that would get in trouble. So is Nokia. Nokia's a great babysitter, so...
We'll leave them with them. Y'all stay here and don't break anything.
Well, even if we do break something, I can just fix it, Yagami says with a smile.
I mean, if that's your intention, I wouldn't do it.
Well, we're not going to try to, but, you know.
Okay.
And Jade says, "Oh, we're not going to break anything. Come on, Carolina."
I don't believe you.
I was just saying that to freak you out, because I know you're going to worry about it. But seriously, y'all go do what y'all got to do. We're going to, research,
if you break anything,
what?
If you break anything, I will forcibly windwalk you, so you'll be stuck as mist for an hour or so.
That sounds like fun, but okay.
Don't enjoy the punishment.
Yeah, we're gonna look up removing curse stuff, because we gotta clean Davy Jones's boat of the curse that keeps him from talking to Umberly. So we'll be doing that.
Cool.
Yeah, they'll be off doing NPC things. There's too many of them. I can't.
You don't want to talk to yourself for an hour?
Yeah. I mean, I do, but y'all be bored, so, yeah, but you could go to Julie's house, look at all the bank statements, and she'd probably, after an hour, come join you guys as you're sifting through papers. What exactly are you looking for in these bank statements?
Do I find any of these series of numbers in the specific things that they had been looking at?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
All 3 of you could, if you're looking at a similar thing.
Yeah, sure. I trust Carolina.
I got a 6.
26.
I got a nat 20!
Holy shit. Nice.
Bash, please. I'm struggling here.
I need to look up something really quick.
You said the year was...
It is 1389 right now.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think it's 1388 because you guys went back in time, but...
Yeah, but the year was meant to was 1384.
You go through all of these notes, you find people's receipts, and in this town, every town is like a separate government and everything. You find that whenever somebody buys a magic item, it is recorded what they buy. And Bastion, you realize that Julie even could tell you about the traveling Vivianite, and that their person was Ariana Montague. And you realize that Ariana Montague bought something from even Venestra, who's the fae that you guys killed, who was really into potions. You realize that she bought Sovereign Glue from her.
Which?
Sovereign Glue is a magic glue.
That it sticks to anything. So she's
the person who stuck the one to the floor.
And it was a copper piece. So do we start at...
How much did the glue cost?
It is a legendary item, so it's really goddamn expensive. She, just a small, like, little super glue tube of this from Venestra was like 1,000 gold. It's like 1 ounce for 1,000 gold. Bastion, with your arcane knowledge, know that application of universal solvent or oil of etherealness or a wish spell is one of the things, is the only like known 3 things that can break Sovereign Glue. But maybe you could try something else.
Was there a date on that money that was different? Was it not 1384?
I would say that date was 1370 on that copper piece.
Can I go find that copper piece that was outside?
Yeah, it is glued to the porch of the Sun Saloon.
Can I look if there's any others around?
Yeah, make a perception check.
19.
At 19, you find that somebody else has lost a silver in like the corner of the porch, like almost behind the spittoon.
Numbers, Mason.
What does he mean? Is it able to be picked up?
Yeah, you can totally pick up this one.
Oh.
The year on it is 1381. It even has all the coins from the Golgari Mint, they rotate what town they feature that year. And you realize that it is the Rivermouth skyline, or like it's a close-up on the... Rivermouth's famous for being a city on stilts. So underneath the city is like a forest of telephone poles.
Didn't we burn that one down?
No. People were worried that you were going to, because the entire city's made of wood. But they have fire watchtowers and everything like that, and it's above water, so it's any fire is semi-easily put out. But yeah, they have the Rivermouth skyline with like you even see fire watchtowers above the thing. And you'd even know that Thunderscrim money is different because it usually has a high concentration of the metals. So like while a Golgari gold piece is worth like $70, a Thunderscrim gold piece would be worth like 100. Not that matters, as Thunderscrim wanted to be different, so.
They're not like other girls.
Yeah, they didn't want to be dependent on the Golgari mint for their money's worth. And they just have the mint and Golgari, so it's like standardized across the continent. Because every town having its own money would be fucking ridiculous.
Hilarious, I know.
Yeah. And they're just like, let's put it in Golgari just because it's the biggest.
Okay, so nothing else in the bank statements?
You could find that, yeah, going off Bastion's 30, and I believe you had like a 16, right?
I had a 26.
Oh shit, yeah. You could find that you know that the Sun Saloon's owner has been depositing like a lot of money. Like a lot of money, like more than you would think. The Sun Saloon is making almost double the profits of Carla's Cantina, which is the other tavern in town. And you don't know how they're making so much profit based on what they seem to be buying from like their supplier. And it's their rooms are around the same price, but they are just making bank.
Does Vivian have more warlocks, paladins, or clerics?
Honestly, most of Vivian's followers are like I think the ratio they'd be more clerics. I mean clerics or like multi-class to be rogues or bards, but if they're not a rogue or a bard, they'd be a cleric.
Got it. That completely blows.
But a lot of them are just capable women. So, and the occasional dude who's cool enough to be with them.
Oh my God, who's the writer for Frank Herbert would love that.
I don't know who that is.
He wrote Dune, and he was really big on how like armies should just be a ton of big, strong women and no men, because men are weak and women are big and strong. He got really weird with his later books.
Frank Herbert was that base.
Frank Herbert, after his wife died, just became incredibly horny, and his book show. Please cut that. Please cut me saying that.
Please cut the Walt Disney thing.
No, you can keep the
all
Walt
of that
Disney thing in. Just add a disclaimer, like say like, hey guys, Editor Bailey here. Just for reference, before this joke gets released, Matt is Jewish, so it's okay for him to make this joke.
So it's okay for him to make this joke.
Hi, this is Matt, the player of Pale. I'm a Jew. I'm a follower of Abraham, but not the guy that came later or after that. I just want to say any offensive things I say here. Bailey fully endorses. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. No, do you really want me to cut something, Matt? Because I don't know what I'm supposed to cut.
It's me saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't even catch that.
Oh,
Cool.
no.
Got that. Yeah.
That's so bad.
Rough one.
Bro.
It's a rough one.
Why are you having such a problem with this riddle?
Great question. Because
D&D
players are the smartest ones, all are like dumb.
I'm so proud of myself because previously all the riddles I've given you guys, you solved like fucking instantly. So.
An eraser, easy.
I've already told you pretty much the answer.
Yeah. In game, follow the money. There's a copper. It's not 1/10,100 or 1/10,000 or anything.
There's and then you
142.
One of you make a just roll a d20 and then add your wisdom modifier.
Nope.
That won't be me.
Not it.
Who? I have a 0.
You have a
I think,
0.
Matt, you have at least like a +2, right?
I have a +2.
Okay.
I'm trying to up it. Alright, so that's a 15.
Add a D4. Add a D4. I'm giving you guidance.
You're just standing around in a circle in Julie's basement, like guidancing each other as you try to think about stuff.
Welcome to the guidance circle, jerk.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Friendship.
I gotta charge my crystal.
Add friendship.
Yeah, the friendship bonus. You guys all have friendship medals now, yeah.
And it's a 17th.
Okay. Yeah, with the 17, this paper about the Sun Saloon making a disproportionate amount of profits, you feel like, Pale, that you should hang on to this piece of paper and like other ones that kind of relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are embezzling.
But I guess it's from who they're embezzling, or if anyone
Money
else.
laundering for who? Yes.
Who's the owner?
And Ariana Montague spent a whole lot of money on fucking glue.
Mm.
And she bought it from an archfey, too.
Well, we know which archfey.
Yeah.
Do we go find her?
The cipher is actually the kind of note of, this is how you find where I live.
Mm.
And other Vivianites like me.
Got it.
Plot twist. It's Abel Lorfield.
Not again.
He is Vivian.
You can't keep getting away with it.
You can't keep getting away with it.
How many times are we going to teach you this lesson, old man?
Actually,
It's like a damn fiddle.
You think Pelor's real? The sun's just a prank, bro.
I mean, Abal Lorifil did make the sun go out for a day, and it was a prank on Pelor, and everyone freaked out, and that's how he became a god. So
we stand that.
It's literally his background.
They played us like a damn fiddle.
Colonel, I can't figure out the clue to the cipher.
What's wrong with
my brain's too fucking small.
Is there anything in there about somebody buying rhinestones?
I'd say carrying over you guys' previous investigation checks, you'd be able to find that there is a person in town who has bought a lot of costume jewelry. They're like a tailor in town, and they bought a bunch of or you don't know exactly what they bought, but there's sales tax from a passing merchant in town who was selling cheap but fancy-looking items. You could even say that, as you see the name, you'd see that's the same dress that Susanna was wearing. Like her fake fancy satin dress was bought from the same dealer or whatever.
In town, or they just pass through?
They just passed through. You could go try to find them, or say only left 2 weeks ago.
Susanna, who they were?
Yeah, you could. Susanna would wake up about noon after having gone back to bed. Or if you guys leave here, you'd go find Susanna and ask her, but...
What are the coppers made, Mason? That make it a Black Ops joke?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but are you guys going to leave Julie's house to go talk to Susanna, or are you going to stay here and look for more clues?
I feel like at this point we're not finding any more clues at the moment, so we'll just wait to keep looking.
And you could go back to Susanna, and she would tell you that the salesman was a lady named fucking Lena Rodriguez. Ugh. But that they passed through. They made a circuit around the circle that is. Here, I'll show you the map. They made a circle from Profundus to, what the fuck is that name?
Fundus, darkness?
Profundus.
Amogus?
Amogus. Down to Preferred and Caulfield and Thrombald and Carmouth, Rock Springs, Mehill, and Promog. They made this loop, and they would come back around probably in a month or two.
How long ago was this cipher made?
Ariana Montague came through about 6 months ago. And we've been working on it since, with Julie breaking into the bank and everything. And then I've been asking other people to lend me books or whatever.
Well, keep your eye out for any 3-digit code.
Yeah, we have been. It's not so much luck so far. Other than dates, really, on things which I'm not sure actually relate.
Anything else about Ariana Montague that you know?
She was amazing looking, to the point where I was jealous, and I consider myself a pretty, high up there, honestly. It's what I do for work. But, she, it was almost as if, everything was a game, and, I don't know, she was just in the teasing way, but in the way that you know she's joking, and that means she likes you. Really, we don't know much other than, she talked about some things that Serial had said. Just guidance on how to be and how we should treat each other, I guess. we may be working on different things, but we're all, at the end of the day, on the same side, even if it feels like we're against each other. And, never give up on what you believe in if it's, the most valuable thing you have is freedom.
Yes, it is. She sounds like the trickster god.
You would know this, that the thing you bought in the Feywild from Albal's Market was Abal and Vivian's bastard bomb. So you know that as the two semi-chaos gods, they do get along. They are friends.
Chaos gods.
Not like those.
Chaos.
Yeah, they are. I think probably them two and Cord, who's the god of competition and sport, are the ones who enjoy mayhem. Mayhem in a cool way, not like Tempos, who's the god of war, Fun mayhem.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans, like, Pale Jr. getting their foot stuck in a cattle guard.
It was on purpose.
Getting their foot stuck?
Not that Pale Jr. did it on purpose. It was an act that was already foreseen.
I mean, I did write that earlier today.
Yeah, the trickster god. He was like, I'm gonna make his foot get stuck and wake everybody up. That's chaos.
Yep.
Okay. Who's the bar owner that was a drug smuggler? Is that the one at the Sun Saloon?
You mean the one who's making too much profits?
Yeah.
Daniel Dijon, or Dijon, like Dijon mustard. Daniel Dijon, he's actually a deacon at the Pelor Church nearby.
Good old Triple D.
Is he church? Or is he at the bar?
You ask the bartender right now, you'd see that he's at home.
Oh, why doesn't he have services since it's deacon?
I mean, I don't know. It's a fantasy world, so they have fucking different names for what the days of the week are. But let's say that the Pelor Church meets on Wednesday. That's the zenith of the week.
You guys want to?
Fucking don't know what day it is today.
Well, you guys want to, go pay our respects to Pelor?
Pay our respects to a god who doesn't even deserve to reign.
Press F.
L.
First has to spit on Pelor.
Yeah. It's press G, because he's already far dead. I just popped both of my wrists. Felt really good.
As you're having fun, that matters.
Put them back in place.
You guys could easily go to the Pelor Church.
Ew.
It is a white building that could fit, if it was standing room, you could fit almost the entire population of town in here. It has some beautiful stained glass. There's a weather vane atop its steeple that is a sun. It is pointing that the wind is headed west today. There's a lot of nice, generic landscaping flowers and bushes around. And you could easily go from the warmth of the humid desert edge into the cool of this large stone building. And you'd see inside that there is a large but simple organ on the back wall. And then in the back of the church, beyond the stage and pews and everything, you'd see there's probably some back offices. And maybe there's an outbuilding or two where maybe the preacher actually lives. Lucas Juarez.
Yep.
You would say that he told you that the current preacher right now is Mother Sonia Rogers, and she's actually been looking for a person outside of town to help her with something. But the building would be empty right now, except for maybe one old lady who's just quietly praying in here. There's a lot of art on the walls that has that gold foil glued on it. You know what I'm talking about? Put it on with a paintbrush. It's a simple but beautiful building.
I'm waiting outside.
Okay.
There was a task they wanted us to help with, or somebody from outside to help with.
Yeah. And Lucas Suarez said if you mention his name, then Mother Sonia Rogers will know that she can trust you, even though you're strangers.
I don't know what Mother Sonia Rogers looks like.
I mean, they probably call it something else, but she's a Hispanic-looking lady, and long black hair. She probably wears white if she's Pelorian.
Is this the old lady I see in there that's praying?
I don't know. You could ask her.
Well, I'm not just gonna call her out by name. Does she look like the description?
This old lady has, like, gray hair. You figure they're dressed pretty simply like a farming person. But, it could still be her. Could be anybody.
I don't want to interrupt
fucking
her.
Susanna in disguise.
Could be.
Susanna also has black hair.
Make a perception check. Is it a disguise?
Make a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you do not think that this old lady is Mother Sonia, but you could notice that the kind of side doors behind the I don't know what that's called, the little stage in front of churches, there's a small placard that says clergy only.
Mm-hmm.
And the door is kind of cracked open.
Well, she's in the middle of prayer. I would like to quietly walk by the door and see if I hear anything.
You see someone who matches the description of Sonia Rogers at a large desk, and they are pouring through a series of books.
Oh.
It just seems a little stressed out and frazzled, but they're either planning a sermon or researching something or whatever.
Okay. Bastion's still with me? I know Pale City's outside.
Yeah, I'm still there. Can I look and see if I see the same book that we have? The little detective book?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
Yeah, you'd notice that all the books in here are mostly theological books. Mm-hmm. Some look... you'd probably, even with a 19, you'd see one... the one she's currently reading through, it was Crusade or Calamity.
Interesting.
Shall we go in? I know
Sure.
It says clergy only, but...
We're both religious.
Technically, we are clergy.
Just for the wrong church. Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
You knock on the door and she looks up. Oh, hi. How can I help y'all?
Hi, are you Mother Sonia?
I am, yeah. That's, are you guys new in... Well, you're new in town, I know you are, but, small place. But, what brings you in? What can I guide you to?
Well, we were talking to a Lucas Juarez, and he said you might need some help with some things.
You see her eyes go wide as she looks super confused and a little bit taken aback. She goes, "What name?"
Lucas Juarez.
Luke? You're pulling my leg. That's Jade's voice. I'm gonna give her a country accent. You're pulling my leg.
Nope, I'm unable to lie.
Oh. All right. That's just... I mean, not that I'm doubting y'all, but Luke has been dead for 2 years. And, while I'll be right, whatever you've seen of him is accurate, that I am kind of looking for people to help me with something, but that's, man, he always was the helpful type. I'll need to go make sure his grave is properly set if he's walking around.
It's okay. Like, all right, I'm about to do something, but I don't want you to freak out.
What are you about to do?
I'm going to show you someone who has also been dead for many years.
All right.
And then next to me, I will produce my echo.
They jump back a little again. Oh.
This is my sister.
I mean, are you looking for help to help her pass on, or it's dangerous for ghosts to be out for too long.
Oh no, she's always with me, and I'll make her go away.
Well, as long as she's at peace, that's up to you.
She protects me. So it's you said he's been dead for 2 years. I'm just letting you know that this isn't too much of a strange occurrence for us.
She looks kind of a little more relaxed in as you say that. She says, well, I do need help with something if y'all were maybe thinking about that, but what can I do y'all for? I'm here to help, as they say.
That was the whole thing, and I glanced around the room for any other clues.
Oh, just that Luca sent you. All right, well, I mean, hey, yeah, he's a helpful person. Y'all want to come in my office real quick? Can I get y'all anything? Tea, coffee, whatever?
Tea would be great.
Cannot eat.
Yeah. Oh. You don't?
No. Or drink. I've heard it's fun, though.
Because you don't... How do you... I mean, you're not undead or anything. How do you live?
Hey, he's a construct.
Oh, really? Oh.
I was given a soul, though. I was one of God's second creations.
Bastion.
What?
Bastion, nice to meet you.
Well, I thought you were just a lot of armor. All right.
Nope.
I do have to say you're the first construct I met. That's... Well, cool. Sorry I can't offer you no refreshments or anything.
It's fine.
I have my own cup as well.
It's messing with my southern hospitality. Damn.
It is the fact that you offered that matters.
Huh.
I carry my own mug as well, so no dishes for you,
Well, I appreciate that, yeah. But she makes you guys some tea as she sits down, and even she has a fire cantrip that she heats the water with, just with her hand.
I use my tankard of sobriety.
Nice. Yeah, but it is just a nice oolong tea.
Yeah.
But she makes it for you and says, so, there is a deacon in my church, Daniel DeJean. He's a hard-working man, and he loves his family, and he's got 2 daughters of his own, and then 2 foster boys he's raising, but he's just gotten too much. He's always helped with the church, and he's always wanted to, he's been having prayer meetings in the bar, some days when they open early for lunch, but they've just gotten a hold of some material that, while accurate, I don't think it's with the times, and it's certainly something that shouldn't be interpreted in a vacuum, like how I believe they're unintentionally teaching it. And it's gotten to the point where he's wanting people to boycott non-Pelorian-owned businesses, and well, that's, vote with your money or whatever, but there's this local alchemist, Jeannie May. She's a Raven Queen person, and while I disagree with her, of course, like, somebody threw a brick through the poor lady's window the other night, and I just can't stand for it. And he's been going around demanding to know who people follow, and it's as if he's making a damn list. And his followers have been starting fights with folks when they get sauced, and it's just gonna get worse. And, like, he's stirring up folks, and, like, she motions to the book, Crusader Calamity. It's like, the preservation of life, yeah, that's our whole deal, but you gotta draw the line between right and wrong, hoss. What good's living if you gotta destroy everything to do it? And how long are you going to be alive while you're living with what you've done to survive? And time and time again, it ain't gone nowhere. Like hell's bells, forcing a fart's going to make it worse. And they've learnt that over and over again. And, you know, taking Pelor's word and making it say what you want it to instead of what it actually says. And people take the preservation of life all the way up to preemptive killing and get more people killed than they would have been in the first place. And, you know, it ain't just, even if they had their heart in the right place, it ain't right. And it ain't just surviving, you gotta live too. And Pelor's good and light, and, you know, it's about the good things in life, like the warm sun on your face and the feeling in your heart when you're in love. Like, you can't just go after anyone who, you know, everyone's afraid of the maw. They're afraid of powers that be that's shifting. And we just heard about, I mean, the man's from here. We heard about, the black light being Merkul, and I think that's, you know, I can't even imagine what they're talking about in his basement right now. And but you got to stop somewhere, even if that is something to be worried about. And most importantly, you can't be riling up folks out of fear. And the main thing is, I just want him out as a deacon, so he can't. So I'd be able to rightfully discredit what he's going around preaching. Because, I mean, right now I've gone around circles and circles with him and his wife, and they won't listen to me. And I mean, hell, if I had to get him out of town, I would, but it's just, you know, the kids, and nobody's rightly gotten hurt yet. And so it's not even like I fully got a right to be upset. It's just, you know, when the righteous start sinning, what the hell's left to do?
So you're okay with the family being here? It's just him and the hooligans?
Yeah, and I think I've finally found some. If I can get something to, you know, get his reputation off, especially with the regulars in the bar, like just something to, I don't know, make sure they see that he can be wrong about something before they get too deep into what he's saying. It's, if the regulars don't got his, because they're the ones of, you know, they go to the prayer meetings and then he gives them discounts on drinks, so they keep coming back to listen to what he's got to say. And, you know, not that's a bad thing. I'm glad people are listening about Pelor, but it's just what they're teaching about without thinking about it too hard. Big picture kind of stuff. And so if there's something that could make him not, I don't know, something to put a little bit of doubt in people, make them calm down, and
make him not pre-tape?
Yeah, and just not getting ahead of yourself.
I think. Are there any stores here for sale?
Any what?
Stores here for sale?
Like a whole business?
You know, or like an abandoned building or something where I could start one.
She's totally thrown for a loop as this is out of the blue for her.
I'm sorry,
She's
I'm a random individual.
No, you're fine. I mean, all you really need to set up like a little stand in the town square is like a permit from the mayor to make sure it's just like sales tax stuff. Like I've had, we'll have like a bake sale for the church or whatever. Like a temporary thing. Yeah, you just got to roll up into the office and tell them what days you're going to be out and about. I don't know if there's any like empty buildings or anything. I don't think so, because they just sold that empty, turning it into a one of them feed stores, but for smaller ward, like alpacas, not just sheep and cows.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a way we can engage this group, because even though he's the deacon, he has started a following.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to sound like I'm insecure or something, but it's almost like a second church. And well, I think I'm right. You know.
He started a cult following.
Yeah. Rough calling it a cult, but yeah, it's. I'm worried it's gonna get to that.
Okay. Well, I will convey with my friends and see if there's some idea that we could come up with to try to resolve this issue for you, or at least help resolve this issue.
Thank you, and because that's just the main thing I don't want is somebody getting hurt, and
non-violent.
Yeah. And if I can do anything for y'all, just let me know.
Okay. Well, it has been a pleasure meeting you. And like I said, we will go try to figure out the best course of action to peacefully resolve this issue.
I appreciate it, because it's just been worrying me night and day.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of alarmed me, like your description of him not liking other businesses run by other worshippers.
Yeah. And you just can't, more flies with honey, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure you probably noticed, like my colleague here said, son of God.
Yeah, now that you mention that, what's that about?
Yeah, well, we're just, we all worship somebody different, and
Right.
he is in fact the son of God.
I was the second thing ever created.
Do what now?
I was the second thing ever created.
Like,
Ever.
I'm gonna have her make a. She's like, I believe you, and that's the scary part. Like, really?
Yes. I'm almost as old as the material plane.
You see her kind of like touch her finger to her lips as she looks down at her books and kind of nods, like, all right. Good to know I got some capable folks. God.
Yes.
Are y'all headed to Golgari or away from it?
Well,
I was just thinking, because, there's I think the biggest Gone church is up in there. If you're, I don't think Gone's ever had a champion before. Is that? Boy, howdy.
To be continued.
Yeah, I'm still working that out with him.
Wow. What are y'all doing in a town with 2,000 people in it? God.
We solve problems.
Visiting the best champion's hometown.
We're fixers. Yeah.
Yes.
People come to us with problems, and then we fix them, usually by violent methods.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. But you wanted non-violent. So...
If it can, that's... I mean, like I said, he's got a family and everything, and...
Most people do.
I believe... I want to believe that he's just afraid and misguided. But, that don't excuse things when you get carried away.
Right. We will try to resolve this peacefully.
Right. And then I'll blink one eye.
You turn a light on and off, like turn your blinker on.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the fucking, it's like a turn signal, just.
Yeah. Yep.
No. Yes. I can't help other people's actions. I know that I will not attack this person unless I feel threatened. Or am,
of course. Yeah.
physically threatened.
I mean, hell, that might be a thing. Just kick his ass.
I mean, I could gladly do that.
If it comes to that, because violence makes more violence. If you know.
Not if the person can't reciprocate on that violence.
But if you set a good enough example.
Yeah.
If you make a good enough example of the person, they tend to change their ways.
Excessive violence tends to cow people rather than make them angry.
As a Pelorian, and therefore being pro-life, that's a sticky subject.
Never said anything about killing anybody.
Yeah, just nothing I've done yet has worked. So, and then if the ghost of Lucas sent y'all, and you're a second thing ever created, that's terrifying. And if you and your friends are all also religious, assuming, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just I hope you can work something out, and
we'll work something out.
Yeah, but we're getting ahead of this because he's getting ahead of himself. So I just want to make sure that we don't get ahead of ourselves too.
Yeah.
We'll work something out.
My first initial thought when I was asking for if there was an empty building was to act like I set up shop as a Vivianite and have them
a Vivianite business.
Yes.
You could. You don't know how much time that's going to take, but you could.
I was just going to act like I set up shop. I didn't want to actually.
Yeah. To be honest, Venestra's potion stand is empty, so. But not everyone in town has realized that yet. They're like, oh, Venestra must be out sick today. She's not selling stuff. Because not all of them know that she's an archfey, so.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say only Seamus could tell because he's been around the block.
Yeah, I was also going to mention, by the way, it is 9.
Yeah, I don't know when y'all want to come.
I gotta get up for my lab tomorrow.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I'll see you guys. I gotta get up early.
Okay.
So yeah, goodbye. Had a good session. Did we figure out that cipher? Because I feel like we didn't.
No.
Okay. I don't know.
You got close once, but.
Me or just us?
As a group, I'm gonna keep that to myself.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Hey, it's your GM, Bailey Ford. I would like to thank our regular players, Darian, Matt, and Ian, Hip for our cover art, and Tabletop Audio for our background music. You can find us on Twitter at Illithids, and thank you especially for listening.
Anyways, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. We got close.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
Yeah. I always think I'm being very, I'll try and think of something smart and sneak one past you. But then you guys figure it out instantly. And then when I ask something, I'm like, oh, this is going to be too easy. It's boring. Then it takes you guys forever to figure out. So I'm proud of myself that
I'm thoroughly confused. I'm not a riddle person as it is.
Yeah. It's your hardest challenge yet, is me making you guys solve a puzzle.
Yep. Now I gotta try to... The next hardest thing is trying to peacefully resolve a situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be hard, too.
With a group of murder hobos.
Mm-hmm. With Pale trying to solve stuff peacefully between a Pelorian, that's not gonna go fucking well.
Yeah, and to be fair, all of us.
You've all got beef with Pelorians, yeah.
But this little old lady seems sweet and innocent, and she's just following her beliefs in the God that she believes is good. She doesn't know about the stealing souls and all that mess, and I don't.
She does not.
Huh?
She does not, and you don't know how she's going to react to it.
Yep, don't know how she's going to react to it, but at the same time, I don't want this old lady to have a heart attack either, so...
Yeah. Might want to keep Pale away from her, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't walk in, so he,
Yeah.
I guess he felt he didn't want to get smited or something.
Yeah, it's just a boycotting.
It's like, I'm not going to grace this temple with my presence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I could have got that riddle solved.
Next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you in a bit.
So long.
Hogwarts. I can't even say the word Hogwarts. Legacies. Game
Play
is. Yeah, it's super fun.
Nice.
Hey. My only complaints about the game, which I do believe that they are going to fix with future DLC, is that there is no multiplayer or Quidditch.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
So I
Right?
was at a church camp in almost said Colorado.
Yeah,
I was in a church camp in Colorado where we played Quidditch with just like PVC pipe as brooms.
Mhm.
On the field with one hand holding the PVC pipe and then like just throw the balls or kick them or whatever. And then the person with the snitch just held a like a baseball and just ran. Or there was a person who was assigned to be the snitch, and they would just run away from the people who were seekers. He just chose the fastest guy, and he was the snitch. And then
Nice.
that people went hard in that game. One guy broke a finger, and then one other person dislocated their shoulder in the span of like 2 hours. Church kids go hard on like analog Quidditch. Look,
I promise you, you make any game that is, physical contact.
it's not supposed to be physical contact.
Yeah, you make any game,
Sorry.
there has to be physical contact, if somebody has to catch the snitch. So if you make a game where
Well,
Oh,
You
you're
get to-
talking about Snake Catcher. I love that game.
Snake Catcher?
Yeah,
No.
it's like gay chicken.
No. I was talking about how it's Muggle Quidditch, where you play just by holding like a PVC pipe or like an actual broom in your hand.
Emsler.
Yeah.
Emsler.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
I thought I was in. I
We're
thought I was
Muggles. We're allowed
amongst.
to say it.
I thought I was
we're allowed to
amongst
say it.
friends. Okay.
we're all muggles here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
our word,
what's-
Pale.
what's up, my muggle?
Jesus, Matt.
I'm taking it back.
Yeah, but it's during I was at a church camp in Colorado, and the church kids went really hard, and somebody broke a finger and somebody dislocated their shoulder in the span of like 2 hours. And
I promise you, church kids, soldiers, doesn't matter. If you give them a game where it's physical contact and it relates to something that they've seen like on TV or something, like AKA Quidditch, like they're going to go hard. Like, I'm going to win this game, and it's great. They're going to hit each other, even though it's not a full contact sport. It's a physical contact sport, but it's a full contact sport. I got to catch the snake. Somebody is tackling whoever is the snake. Like, it's just going to happen.
In Quidditch, they beat each other with bats. And there's a ball specifically designed to knock people unconscious.
yeah.
So, like, you should play it with PVC pipes. Somebody is assigned to actually be the snitch. You get the red dodge balls, the red kick balls from grade
Kickballs.
school.
Yeah.
That's the bludgeon. Oh man, that sounds so fun. Yeah, and like I hope that with Hogwarts they actually make that DLC and make it multiplayer and able to play Quidditch.
It's now that I'm remembering it. Did you guys know Harvard has a analog Quidditch team?
Analog?
Does not surprise me.
It's without magic.
Nice.
A lot of big universities actually have real Quidditch teams, which I mean,
Actually,
real by rooms.
You could do it right now. You can actually do it. With the snitch, you can have somebody flying a little drone.
Oh my God, you're right. That'd be dope
God,
as
it's just
fuck.
I hate that we're in
They
the
would
future
obliterate
where
that
magic
drone,
is
though.
just going to be tech.
To be fair, I actually really like the concepts where magic is just advanced science that we don't understand. Like, that's what a fucking Adventure Time did.
Yeah.
All of the wizards and, like, the magic and stuff is just really advanced science.
Yeah, fair. I just like the whole idea of it skirts just next to science, but it's always going to be just one discovery away.
Just that little bit.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys played Hogwarts Legacy?
No, I'm not gonna play that game.
Why?
I've got a lot of trans friends, and also I can't really support. I don't want to support the creator. I don't want to support the message it's stating, and I also don't want to support the rampant anti-Semitism.
I support the anti-Semitism. I just don't have a computer to play it, and it's expensive.
Yeah, Matt.
It's a video game.
I was about to ask,
is a
hey
video
Matt, how do you
game.
feel about the anti-Semitism?
Sure, but
Honestly-
the creators distinctly stated that all of her profits, like in an actual tweet, she said that all of the dollars that she gets from her merch is to her an indicator that her message is correct.
It is.
You know that in this,
The
you know that in this game.
the anti-Semitism thing is weird because initially it was, okay, goblins run the money. Okay, sure. And then people are like, look at them. They're short, ugly, hook-nosed, and they love gold. That's Jews, right? I'm like, what?
It's rough for you to make that association in the first place, huh?
People say that orcs in Lord of the Rings are black people. I'm like, is that what you think?
I mean, I'm done.
It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, it's obviously anti. I'm like, huh? But then in the game, it's clearly referencing a Jewish revolt.
Mm.
I'm like,
Like it's
JK,
like the exact date with like a specific weapon.
she
or
gave them
something like that.
shofars.
Yeah.
So she confirmed, yes, goblins are Jews.
She didn't confirm
Yeah.
it, but she did everything but. And I'm like, JK, I argued that no, you guys were getting too far into it, and they're like, no, it is.
Oh my
No,
god.
They
Let us
are.
clear this up for you.
Well, to be fair, you know, in the game, there's no genders. You're just a wizard or a witch.
I want to be a warlock, damn it. I want to sell my soul.
Well, people are trying to say that, like, oh, well, it can't be transphobic because they put a trans character. The character's name is Sir Ona Ryan, and in the game's files, it is Mr. Ma'am. That is the character model's name.
Hey, I had a character change genders on me in the middle of gameplay. Like, it was a dude when I first met him, and then when I went back to the shop, it was a girl. I was like,
That's the game?
Bethesda game. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
yeah. It's like,
I hate it when I go and start
Yeah, so
playing.
right, it was the Rona. It was the Rona, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Changed
It's
them.
always
It's 5G. The 5G. That
Yeah.
changed them.
The 5G. Huh. Wasn't that just Murder Inc.? The 5Gs?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. No, that's
Gotta make sure
G.
gotta make sure you put your tinfoil hats on. Get rid of those 5Gs. It'll make you gay.
Well, the 4Gs, that's just the Chaos Gods.
Oh. You know,
For OGs, more like. High five.
Got him.
it's the 5Gs includes the Emperor, which is why it's effective.
He's not a god.
The orcs think he is, and that's why he's still alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refill my
Into-
coffee really quick.
I said, it's a shame, though. The game is really fun.
Have you seen the new Angron lore?
Hang on, I'm hearing about my grandmother real quick. Give me a sec.
Oh, yep. There's lore that came out in this universe that we follow, and it's insane. Because this one faction, Chaos, which is like demons and stuff, they get wins, but it's either they lose horribly, or their win is obscene and like destroys half the universe. There's no middle ground.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like 6 minutes away from where I'm going to park.
As long as you're having fun, that's what matters.
Oh, yeah. Always having fun with Albuquerque traffic.
You know, I'm guessing you're not actually having fun with it.
I'm back.
Aloha. Have you seen the new Angron lore?
Okay, I'm back. What I miss?
I don't know. What are you talking about, Matt?
I was saying the new Angron lore is insane.
No.
Oh, yeah, where he fucking wiped out like he and Korn. Did he fight Korn or did he work with Korn?
Korn stood up off his chair and turned 5%. I think it's debated 2 to 5% of the Imperium's army into Cornite Berserkers with a single slash.
Yeah. Okay.
Including Sisters of Silence. They're not Sisters of Battle. They're now canonically Chaos Sisters of Battle.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for them.
The
I think they finally deserve to let loose.
The only ones who weren't turned were Custodes and Grey Knights and Sisters of Silence. Everyone around them turned on them. And there's about to be a 5th Chaos God.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, the god of weapons and technology. So the Wotan showing up, as this guy's about to ascend, is not good.
The god of weapons and technology? That's so fucking... what?
It's an interesting pitch, though, because he's the one who makes the weapons for all of the Chaos Gods.
Or maybe just like...
he's the Hephaestus.
The god of progress.
Okay, I mean... Sure, but that's way lamer.
Technology, creation.
The issue is then that makes all 4 of the Chaos Gods reliant upon that guy to get their weapons, rather than just being able to create their weapons.
Well, it's essentially...
Also, what weapons do they have? All of their weapons are their own creation. You're telling me some guy made a blade worthy of Khorne? Bullshit. Bullshit.
I just like that Abaddon has now chosen a Chaos guy to hang with.
The dude's
is it this new guy?
It's the new guy. So he's like, you're not a Chaos guy, you're just a really strong demon, so I guess I can hang with you. Because I'm not technically... Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
The dude just like a thief, like he stole everybody's equipment and then reselling it back to him.
Yeah.
I really like Khorne's song "Freak on a Leash." I think he really.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Nice.
I love Khorne. Khorne. Yeah, Khorne. Yuck. Weed
juice.
I'm sorry, are you saying corn?
Rice is the better starch.
Fuck yeah, Khorne. Yeah, yuck.
I must make stew tonight.
Fuck yeah, Khorne. Yeah.
When I was in middle school, there was this group of emo kids I hung out with because they were like the only people who were nice to me. Mm-hmm. And there's this big ass Mexican guy. Like he was like taller than some of the teachers at like the age of 12.
God damn.
And he like always had headphones in, and he's like lightly headbanging his head in or bobbing his head in like the line for lunch. And I'm like, "What are you listening to?" And he says Khorne, but with his accent, I thought he said porn, P-O-R-N. And so I'm like, "You're just jamming out to porn?" And he, "Okay, buddy." Later, I realized he meant K-O-R-N, the band. And, yeah.
Moderately different. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, buddy. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't out of character for them. One of them OD'd on heroin at the age of 13. Like they were that kind of crowd.
Yeah. So we got a new subscriber.
Only folks were nice to me. What?
So we got a new subscriber today.
Do we?
Yeah.
Is it 26?
I believe it's 26 now.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah. One of the guys that I was, that I delivered to, he had told us, told some of his friends about us, and I showed up today, and they were there, and we were like, "Hey, I wanted to meet you."
Holy shit, we're at 27.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Well, I guess to make our new 2 people happy, should we play the game?
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I'm almost to my parking spot. Well, I don't think they're going to start at this, at this part of the story.
Yeah. Well, I was joking, but.
I imagine starting from like, I don't know where it starts, and then going to now, and it's like, wait, what? They're fighting God?
Yeah.
Wait, they're fighting multiple gods?
Wait, what? Wait, one of them is a god?
God, war?
Mm-hmm. You'd be like the people at the Umberly workplace building a temple going, "The fuck are you talking about?"
I just want to imagine they start at like episode 1, they're like, I'm just going to skip ahead. Where's Tatiana?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Leo?
Where's fucking Kit?
What do you mean there was a dragon in a ring?
Like, can I get the Cliff Notes version?
No.
I'll have to
Oh my
send
God, wait,
everybody
we
my
should do
game
that
logs.
sometime. Like a 30-second catch up from episode 1 to now.
Cheap fuck. It's my 30
Last
second catch up would
time.
be the gang kept.
We failed upwards.
Yeah. The game
Okay.
went and only found more problems. I got 99 problems and a couple of bitches R1s.